Pirates have long fascinated the minds of men. Rebellious, adventurous, and free-spirited, they carved their own path in the world. After serving 10 years in the Navy, I took the plunge to write my own story. Since then, I've learned directly from some of the most savvy marketers in the game. My name is Ben Perry, and welcome to the Pirate Marketing Podcast. You are listening to the Pirate Marketing Podcast with the Pirate Marketing Captain, Ben Perry. And today's episode is going to be very interesting because I'm going to do something that I haven't done before. And that is I'm going to run myself through a sales conversation where I play both sides. And so if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music or any of the other podcast apps, then I would highly recommend going and checking out this video on YouTube. I can already tell you that it's going to be interesting, it's going to be fun, and there's going to be some lessons to be learned. If not, watch me talk to myself and let that not be weird. So I'm excited about it because I just had the idea. So I figured, why not? And, I've been spending the last week really cutting up the interview that I did with Lauren Jane Perry. And man, you guys really loved those two episodes. I guess I'm proactively thinking about how can I create content that can be cut out and be bite-sized clips that can fit into shorts, into reels, snackable bites of content. And so that's the whole reason for this particular episode. So if you're not aware, right now, for the first 100 people who join my new Facebook group, A Pirate's Life for Me, I will be giving you access to two things. One is a PDF transcript of me handling a whole bunch of different objections. There was a think about it objection. There was a how does it work objection. There was a guarantee objection. There was a money objection, partner objection. So you'll get the PDF transcript of this call that I did, plus my breakdown of what's going through my head as I'm handling these objections. But also for the first 100 people, you will be invited to a private Zoom call where I will be going over and breaking down that call live with you guys. So if you want to be part of the Dream 100, if you will, go over to Facebook and join my new Facebook group, A Pirate's Life for Me. So this is something that I do whenever I'm coaching, whenever I am giving examples of, how to handle, certain objections or how to handle, sales calls, is I will just go and pretend that I'm both sides of the conversation. And I haven't thought about trying to do it on purpose. It's just something that I've done. So without further ado, let's set the parameters for, I guess, what this sales call is. What am I going to be selling? All right. You know what? I sold an accounting offer, or rather how to help accountants make more money through sales and marketing last year. So I'll just go ahead and use that. So that will be the context. I am not going to deliver a pitch because I think that the pitch is different for every offer, but I will do the beginning, the discovery phase. And if I give myself any objections, then I will do some objection handling. Okay, so this might go really well, or this might go really poorly. Well, I'm here for it. So, all right, let's do it. Let's see. Hey, Ben, how you doing? Yeah, good. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Yep. I can hear you. I can see you. Yeah, man. It's actually pretty hot here in Austin. I just got done taking a walk. Definitely was, needed these shades as I was getting my steps in, just trying to do my 10,000 steps, just kind of keep active. Yep. I get it, man. There's not a whole lot of sunshine here in Washington State. I'm up in Seattle area. But I've heard some good things about Austin. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, man, it looks like you booked some time to, possibly, get some help with your accounting business. I don't know exactly what you need just yet. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, kind of, see where you're at. And if it looks like we can help, then I'll let you know what that looks like. And if it looks like we can't help, I'll also let you know. We know a lot of other people will probably point you in the same direction. How does that sound? That sounds good. All right, man. So I guess, what are you looking for? How can we help? Yeah. So, I've had my accounting business for the past 3 years, but it's mostly only been successful around tax season. I get really, really busy around tax season, but then I have this huge drought that kind of happens the rest of the year. And I've just seen some of y'all's case studies, and I just really, I want to be making the kind of money that your people are making, I guess. And so that's kind of why I'm here. Yeah, man. I guess, what did you see specifically that kind of made you want to reach out? Well, I've been seeing your guys' ads, and I guess, there's a lot of things that are out there that, I think that they're kind of BS. But you guys seem genuine. You're just kind of sharing your Zoom screen and you're breaking down the numbers. Yeah. Most people don't do that. And so I was really intrigued by that. And also, I guess, intrigued by, just the fact that you guys were, basically just sharing so transparently. And then I want to know how, that one lady, how she was able to close an $8,000 per month client. If I could do that, then I guess I would be on the right track. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. So I guess, you've had your accounting business for 3 years. What do you think was the thing that kind of broke the camel's back? Because 3 years is a long time. I guess, how much money, did you make during those 3 years, each year consecutively? Yeah. So I probably generated close to $50,000-$60,000 during tax season, but then that kind of had to last me, for the rest of the year. Okay. All right. Oh, I guess, what'd you do? Did you work anywhere else during that time? Or did you just kind of, hey, we got to work really hard during tax season, and then you just kind of chill? Yeah. So yeah, we just kind of chilled. Didn't really do much of anything else. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm curious, because 3 years is a long time to kind of, be making $60K and then living off of it for the rest of the year. What happened, I guess? There's something that kind of came up for you? Was there, I guess, tell me, what was the straw that broke the camel's back? Why change now? Yeah, I guess, nothing really kind of changed, I guess. I saw your guys' ad, and I just didn't even know that was possible. To be able to charge $8,000. Is that legal? Yeah, man. Yeah, we get a lot of people that kind of, that's kind of the first thing they think too. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess, what's the rationale maybe behind, why you might be looking for some outside advanced help, rather than maybe just continuing on the way you have been doing it, where you build up in the beginning and then you take the rest of the year to kind of live off, the spoils of tax season. Well, like I said, I just didn't even know that was possible. So if you can show me a way that I'm able to do that, then I'm interested, but other than that, I don't even really know what you guys do. That's not a problem, man. No, and that totally makes sense. Okay. Well, you know what? Like, let's do this, just to see if like what we do would even be able to work for you. But I guess like if you did kind of go through like a coaching or mentorship type of program where we helped you to be able to, make the kind of money that you would like to be making, how much money per month do you want your business to be generating? Oh my God. Yeah, well, sky's the limit, right? Like whatever you guys say that I can be able to do, like I'd love to be able to, just generate more money. Yeah, I get that. For us, we really like to, kind of put some parameters over like what it is that we actually want, right? To clearly define a particular outcome. Because if we don't, then it's kind of this vague kind of thing. And, it's really hard to hit something that, you can't really see. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess like when you think about a specific number, like how much money do you want your business to actually be generating every single month? Per month or like per year? No, per month, right? We ask per month because generally speaking, like, as business owners, but even as people, our lives don't like revolve around a year. Our personal lives, if you think about it, are around 30-day cycles, right? Like your bills aren't due every year. Your bills are due traditionally every 30 days, right? Every month. Your rent's due every month, your cell phone bill, your internet, right? Your car note, like those things run on like 30-day increments. So I guess when you think about that, what really comes up for you? Yeah, I guess, I'd like to make $20,000 a month. Okay. Are you sure? I mean, yeah, I just haven't really thought about it. Okay, that's all right. And you know what? That's totally fine. There's a lot of people that we talk to where, this is kind of the first introduction to getting away from, charging by the hour to really value-based packaging where you kind of remove your time away from the end result. So $20,000 is a nice, healthy number. I think that's nice and safe and doable. I mean, not saying you can't do more than that, but if you're doing 60K during tax season and then there's nothing else, I think if nothing else, this will help you add, the extra income. But I suppose, again, like if we were able to come in and help you to, structure your business so that you were bringing in 20K a month, I guess, what do you feel like you would need to see in order to be successful? What I'd need to see? Wow. Yeah. Probably just like showing me, I guess, the strategy, like how do I price myself? Like, how do I make sure that, I'm charging what I'm worth, but I'm also not charging too much where people think that I'm just trying to rob them. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, and maybe I guess a little bit of accountability, only because like, I don't know. I guess I just start a lot of things and I get really excited, but I don't really finish them. I mean, I get like excited about something else. Okay. Yeah. Like what? Well, I did start a dry cleaning business. I really got involved in that, but then after the first year, I just didn't really care about it really much anymore. And so I ended up kind of just selling it, to my buddy. It's like, okay. Are there any other instances where you have like dove into something, but then you just kind of had a change of heart later on, or was that just kind of like a one-time thing? No, I guess maybe just a little bit of accountability, just because like I need to keep my focus, right? I got a lot of things that are going on, and for me to be able to keep my focus would be probably pretty valuable. Probably. I mean, I like if you guys just show me what to do and then like check in with me like every single week. Hey, here's what we told you to do, and like here's like, did you do the things you said you were going to do? Just something like that. Because I don't feel like I have that right now. No, that totally makes sense. And we have a lot of people who they find that, they have that here. So none of that totally makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, I guess like, let's not take, tax season even into account, because we know you're going to do tax season and you're going to make a lot of money. But I guess $20,000 a month, that's $240,000 of extra revenue per year. What would that money, $20,000 a month, allow you to do that you currently aren't able to do? Oh, yeah. I'd probably invest, that money into some real estate, probably, like pay off some debts. Okay. All right. No, that totally makes sense. I guess aside from the investing and aside from like paying off debts, because we totally get that makes a lot of sense. I'm not, but that's kind of boring, like nobody like, invest money and then in order to like, nobody wakes up in the morning and is willing to walk over broken glass to invest more. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. So I guess besides all of that, the investing and, potentially growing the business, what would $20,000 a month do for you? Like personally? Oh, like personally. Well, yeah, I guess me and my wife, we've really been wanting to travel to Europe, if we can just make it to, Paris. I want to go to Greece. Also want to go to Scotland, and Amsterdam and Copenhagen and Norway. And yeah, I want to go to a lot of places. So I'll probably divert some of that money so we can get, some of those travel feels. Okay. I guess how long has that been like a goal of yours? Oh man, for at least the last since forever, really. Just life just kind of gets at you and then the debts start to pile up and, yeah. And then next thing you know, you're kind of buried in some debt and then it's not the practical, reasonable thing. So yeah. Oh, yeah. But if you were making $20,000 a month, $240,000 extra a year, you guys would totally like book that trip. Yeah. I would like book that trip like yesterday. Okay. Do you know what airline like you're going to fly? Haven't really thought about it. Well, maybe think about what airline, because like we give energy to the goals that we have when we clearly think out like, what's it going to look like when we actually get there? Right. So like, have you thought about what it would look like flying Virgin Airlines? No, but it's like, well, let's do that right now. Let's actually go to the Virgin Airlines flights and let's just see exactly how much it would be to go from, you said you're in Seattle? Yeah, I'm in Seattle. All right. So let's do, round trip. So from Seattle, to, let's do Paris. Okay. CDG. Okay. And then we're going to depart, like, let's just say that, because we're going to plan this out. Let's just say that, let's see, it's April 3rd today. let's say that we make the 20K in the next 30 days. Let's say that we book it on a Wednesday, which is May 3rd. So that's 30 days out. Right. And let's say that you guys are going to be there, for a week. So May 3rd to May 10th. There we go. And we have 2 passengers. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I've never done this before. Let's see how much it actually comes to. I mean, this is where the power is. When you know, and you already know like what airline, how much it's going to be, then you can just kind of like put that off in the side of your head and all right, well, that's how much it's actually going to, it's going to run us. Okay, so economy is $3,108, right? You guys would depart at 6:20 p.m. and you would arrive at 1:25 p.m. Looks like the next day, right? Main cabin is $34.48. Premium is about $7,000. And then, this has got to be first class, $23,688. Okay, maybe let's not do that. But hey, if you want to use your full $20,000 to fly first class, who am I to stop you? Okay. But do you see how like this kind of the clarity kind of gives you a little bit of oomph, a little bit of like power? Yeah. I never knew that. That's more money than I really want to spend, but I guess just knowing about it kind of helps me. Yeah, for sure, man. And then next thing is figuring out what hotel you're actually going to stay at. So when you start to think about these things and what airline, what hotel, not only what airline, but what are you going to fly coach? Or are you going to fly first class, and then what hotel? That way you have all these things already kind of built up in your mind. So when it actually happens, it happens so gracefully and so easily and simply in your mind because you've already been there 1,000 times. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's do this, right? I'm going to ask you and be real with me. How close are you really with your current level of like the ability to market and sell yourself as an accountant? Like, how long do you think it would take you to be able to hit 20K a month with your current level of skill set? Getting no help. Getting no help. Dude, I don't know. I told you I didn't even know before this call that was even really possible. So scale of 1 to 10, what would you say? 10 being like, I absolutely know I can do this and I'll get there fast. And like 1 being like, yeah, I definitely need some help. Yeah, I guess it would be a 1. I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do it. Okay. And that's fair. Okay. Well, I think that there's, 2 motivations to everything, right? There's the motivation to, go after the things that we want. And then there's the motivation to run away from the things that we don't want. Right. And I think that both can be powerful in their own right. Right. Yeah. Okay. So like, if I put a heavyset kid on a hot day in front of an ice cream truck, right? Kid's going to see the ice cream truck and he's going to book it, right? Because it's ice cream, right? Happy kid. Going to go running towards the ice cream. But if I take that same kid and I put him in a burning building and then he runs out, that's a different type of running, isn't it? Yeah. So I guess what I'm asking is like, what's your burning building? Like, what are you actually running away from? Like, what happens if you do nothing and you continue to be inside of this business where you're only making, right, about $60,000 and then having to live off that for the rest of the year? Like, what happens? I mean, like, I just didn't even know that this was even possible. So, like, I don't know. I guess I'll just continue to live the way that I have been living. Okay. And is that okay for you? I mean, it's been working out so far. Okay. Well, working out in what manner? Well, I mean, like I have been kind of making it work. I've had to kind of stretch the money, but we've been okay. Okay. So you're an accountant. Yeah. Okay. Do you think $60,000 a year is a lot of money? Well, I guess it depends on like who you're talking to. Okay. Do you think it's a lot of money when you're thinking about like taking your family to Paris? Is that a lot of money? No, I mean, it's definitely not. Like that's not enough at all. Okay. So see, look, man, I guess the reason I'm asking you this is because like people don't do anything unless there's emotion tied to it. So very transparently, I'm just trying to figure out like, what is the burning building? Like, what's the thing that actually is I guess you say the painful thing that would actually have you change? Because without that, honestly, people don't do any change. People are happy to stay exactly where they're at. Right. And I don't know if that's you, but I guess I'm asking because I'm trying to understand like why you would even go through any of this in the first place. Like what happens if you don't do anything to change the way that you're running your accounting business and you continue to only make $60,000 a year? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be able to make that $20,000 a year, which means I'm not going to be able to take my wife to Paris, which means that I'm, yeah, I guess I'm just, I don't know. Like, I'll just kind of stay exactly where I'm at. Okay. Well, is that all right with you? Or like, are you wanting to have a different outcome? I mean, I definitely want a different outcome. Okay. Why do you want a different outcome? I mean, these are intense questions. You know, I guess it's because when I started this accounting business, my father told me that I shouldn't. And he said, there's a lot of other things that you could be doing, but if you try to go down this accounting route, it's not going to be the profitable thing that you think it's going to be. Wow. Okay. And do you think that he's been right? Yeah, he's been right. I mean, every time that I talk to him now, he's got this smug look on his face, like he knows that I'm like drowning. So yeah, I guess so it's not really about going to Paris then. No. Is this about not like proving your dad right? Yeah. Yeah, I can't let that bastard be right. Okay. And I guess how long have you been trying to prove this to your dad? I mean, even before the accountant thing, it was the dry cleaning thing. It's like nothing I do ever works up, you know. Nothing I do ever really kind of like is good enough. And if I don't make this accounting business work, then it's just going to be one more thing that he was right about. And I can't let him be right. All right. Okay. So possibly time to make a change and start learning the advanced skills so that you can be able to grow this business to at least $20K a month. and prove your dad wrong? Yep. I guess that's why I'm here. All right. Well, why now though? Why not just wait another, 2 days, 2 months, 2 years? You could be like all those new year, new me people, right? Every good diet starts on a Monday. Nope. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's like, well, it is. It's happening right now. And at least for the last 3 years. So no, I have to do something. I can't let another year go by, because otherwise, like, what am I even doing? Yeah. Are you willing to settle for your business dying and you proving your dad right? No. Not at all. All right. Well, I think that based off of what you told me, we can 100% help you. If you think it's appropriate, I'd like to walk you through exactly what it is that we do and how it works and see if it's a good fit. Would that be appropriate, or how would you like to proceed? Yeah, that would be appropriate. All right. Go through the pitch. All right. Now, coming out at the very end of the pitch. All right. Does that entire structure and process make sense? Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, what part of it made sense to you, I guess? Well, the X, the Y, and the Z seems like it's really going to help me. I love that you guys are providing accountability. Yeah. All right. Well, I really don't have much else for you. I think that the next steps from here, if you think it's appropriate, is we'll organize some type of payment arrangement to get your access to the team and get you started on the first steps towards you generating your first $20,000 a month, $240,000 a year. Would that be appropriate, or how would you like to proceed? Yeah. This is really great. I've just got to think about it first, and then, I can get back to you, tomorrow and kind of let you know what my thoughts are. Yeah, that's not a problem, man. I guess when you think about what you want to think about, is there anything specific that's on your mind that you feel like you are looking for clarity on, or, just to see if I can help? It's, it's pretty expensive, man. I guess I don't have, $10,000 lying around. So it's just, it would be a pretty big gamble on my part. So I just have to kind of think about it. Yeah, I guess that's not a problem. Do you want some help? You want some help around this? Can I give you some coaching? Yeah, sure. It's okay. Well, when you say gamble, what do you mean gamble? I mean, I just met you guys, I just saw your ad 2 days ago, and I just didn't know that I was going to be getting onto a call with somebody, and then, you guys were going to be asking me for $10,000. So, I just need some time to really kind of think about this. Got to talk to my wife first, obviously, before I really do anything else. And then, I'm happy to get back to you. Yeah, man. I mean, that totally sounds, I totally get it. I guess let's just talk about the actual offer itself, right? Do you feel in your heart of hearts that if you came into this program and you implemented everything that we did and we helped you, that you would be able to make $20,000 a month? Do you see that that's possible? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, I totally see it's possible. So if we dropped a duffel bag full of $10,000 on your doorstep right now, are you saying that this would be the answer for you? Yeah. Yeah, would totally be the answer for me. It's like, okay, all right. So can I give you some advice? Can I help you out here? Can I give you some coaching? Yeah. Cause like, man, I don't know what your finances look like, but if you feel like this is it, like this is what I want to do, this is how I get to my goal, then dude, if I have to like split things up or move things around to make it work for your finances, then, I'm happy to do that. If you're ready to go, you would do that? Like, what are we talking about? Like, I mean, man, if you feel good about this and it's just the money, we can figure out a payment plan for you. Okay, well, what's that look like? Well, hold on, right? Because I just want to make sure, like, if you're 100%, then I'm willing to break up a payment plan for you, right? I'll move mountains for you, but I won't break up a payment plan until I know somebody's 100% ready to go. Are you saying you're 100% ready to go? I mean, yeah, I mean, I still have to think about it, and I gotta talk to my wife, man. That's not a problem, man. Let me ask you: if your wife was here right now, and she was giving you 2 thumbs up, would you do it? Yeah, I would totally do it. You would do it? Yeah, I would totally do it. Okay, all right. Well, what if she says no? What would you do then? If she says no, well, then I'll have to think about it. Okay. So is it about your wife or what? Well, I mean, like, we make these decisions together. It's like, okay, well, let me ask you this. Okay. Is your wife involved in the business? No, my wife doesn't know anything about accounting. Okay. Does your wife know about any of the things that we've talked about today about, the fact that you're wanting to be able to make more than $60,000 in the beginning of the year, and the fact that if we don't do something to help the business grow, then you're basically proving your dad right? Yeah. Yep. She knows about that. Okay. Well, what do you think? Like, why do you think she supports you proving your dad wrong? Well, because she knows that I'm better than this. Like, she knows. She keeps telling me I just need to stop, dicking around and just put my head down and focus on this. Okay. And so if your wife is supportive of you, really, like, proving your dad wrong, and wants you to be able to, as you say, stop dicking around, then it seems to me like we have your answer. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I'm not trying to be right here, man. I'm just trying to understand, like, your thought process here. Because, talking to your wife, I get it, man. But if your wife is already supportive of you doing something about this and supports you, so knowing that, that deep down you want to be able to not prove your old man right, then where would you like to go from here? Well, I mean, man, it's still a lot of money. I just don't know if I would be able to just say yes to this. Okay. Totally get it. Well, let's talk about it, right? Because if it's just about the money, then let's just talk about it. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what do you recommend? Like, how can you break it up? Okay. Well, again, right, I'm only going to break it up for somebody if they know they're ready to go. So if you know that you're ready to go, then absolutely, let's have that conversation. Okay, well, let's say that I was ready to go. What would the payment plan look like? Okay, well, what's your cash flow look like? What's your access to credit look like? I don't have a lot of cash, in the bank. Well, how much do you actually have? And again, I'm on your side. I want to be able to help you get what you want. Yeah. Yeah, I've got $8,000 in the bank. Okay. And do you have any access to credit? Yeah. Okay. How much access to credit do you have? I've got 2 credit cards. One's a personal card and one's a business card. Okay. Well, do you know how much credit you actually have available? My business card, I have access to $30,000, and my personal card, I have a 5K, but I have a balance of 3K, so I actually only have 2K on that. Okay. Is there any balance on your business credit card? No. Okay. Have you not used your business card at all? No, I don't really like using it. I don't really like, kind of being in debt. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. But, I guess in Seattle, right? Like, there's skyscrapers, and then there's like the Space Needle that's there, right? I used to live in Bremerton over there. Yep. Okay. So do you think that the business owners who built those buildings, do you think that they built it with their own money or using other people's money? Yeah, probably using other people's money. Yeah, they were using other people's money. Okay. So when you think about the people who are able to leverage debt, right? Because you got to think about credit, right? People get in and use credit for all kinds of bad things, like buying cars and things that's not going to provide them a return on their investment. But when it comes to the purposes of investing, debt is a terrific thing to leverage because it allows you to take control of an asset that you couldn't have done otherwise. All right. So if we're looking at our business as accountants, and I know you know this, if we put this onto the credit card and we leverage that debt, look, this is better than you putting it all up front, right? And even if you did have enough money, I would say save your cash flow because cash is king. We want that cash flow. But if you can leverage it on debt and your credit card, do you know what your interest rate is? Right now it's 0% because I just opened it like 3 months ago. Okay. 0% for how long? For 18 months. Well, I think you just solved your own problem. So you literally can use other people's money. They're not even going to charge you interest on it for another 15 months. Do you think that getting our help coming into this program, you're going to be able to start to generate $20K a month long before the 18 months kicks in, or excuse me, the 15. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I actually don't think that you need a payment plan. Okay. You want to know why? Why? Because, man, you've been playing it safe. For the last 3 years, you've been working really hard at the beginning of the year, but then you've been kind of coasting, right? And you've been resting on your laurels for the rest of the year. And I don't know what it is for you, but if you're going to become the business owner that attracts the type of clients that's going to allow you to have a $20K a month business, then you need to start becoming the kind of client that you actually want to have. And so if you do come into this program and we do start helping you, I'm telling you that you can just give yourself a huge momentum boost by just taking care of this and throwing your hat over the fence and going all in. Because if you try to come into this program half-ass, I guarantee you, you're going to get steamrolled by all the other people who are ready and willing to show up. So I want to make sure that before we actually put you into this program, that you are ready and willing to be able to go all the way, right? And to be the type of client that you actually want to have. Okay. So the investment's 10K. How would you like to take care of that? I don't know, man. It's just a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Yeah, and I guess I'm just a bit nervous. Yeah, you should be, because there's some weight to this decision, right? This isn't just going down to the corner store and you picking up a stick of gum and paying 25 cents. There's some actual weight to this decision, because this is the type of decision that moves worlds forward. Now, I'll tell you what, like, whether you decide to do this or not, it's not going to change my life. We already know this information, but it would 100% change yours. And this is how you get leverage, not only over yourself, but you get the authority and equity to be able to call out other business owners when you're on a sales call with them and they're saying, yeah, it's a lot of money, but I just don't know if I want to do it. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I see what you're saying. So given that, I mean, man, at the end of the day, the only thing that we can do is put ourselves in the best possible position to be able to get the outcome that we want. But not only that, like, how can we ever begin to put ourselves into a position to be able to prove our old man wrong if we're not willing to basically go all in on something that we know it would work if we just worked it? So where would you like to go from here? I don't know, man. It's just a lot of money. You're right. It is a lot of money in comparison to you making $60,000 a year. But we're talking about you gaining the skill set to generate $20,000 a month, $240,000 a year. Now, I'm not a math wizard, but 10K versus 240,000, that's a significant return on your investment. And the intention is, do you think that you're going to get better or worse if you come into this program? I'm going to get better. Do you think you're going to get faster or slower? I'm going to get faster. Okay. So seeing as you're going to get better and you're going to get faster, and you would be generating $20,000 a month, how is this not exactly what it is that you said you wanted? Now, if it's okay with you, I'd like to just give you some of that accountability that you talked about earlier. Okay. So what type of person do you need to be in order to be the type of person that can attract the type of business where you can make $20,000 a month? I need to make a decision. You don't need to do anything, man. Like, this is your life. You could do whatever you want. Okay, well, I know that I have to agree to what you're saying. It's like, man, dude, you don't have to agree with me at all. Like, this, like, look, do we want you to choose what is going to help you to be able to grow? Yes. Are we going to beg you to grow? No. All right. So, what do you need to do to put yourself in the best possible position so that before your head hits the pillow tonight, you've done everything in your power to follow through on what you've told your wife, how you want to be able to move this business forward so that you could prove your son of a bitch dad wrong? What do you need to do? I need to just do it. Okay? But are you? Hey, man, these are the decisions that give you power. I know. I know. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do it. Okay. All right. Um, hey man, you know that like I'm here to help, right? Yeah. Yeah. And you know that like, you know, as a coach, like sometimes coaches say things that it's uncomfortable to hear, but like you could tell that their intention is to be able to help, right? Yeah. All right. So, man, I'm going to hit you with a hard one, but you got to promise not to hate me. All right. All right. Are you good? All right. Let's hear it. I think your dad might have been right, man. I know that's not what you want to hear. I know that in this moment, like you can hate me right now, right? But at the end of the day, are you going to do what you need to do in order to put yourself into that best possible position? Are you going to prove him right? Fuck it. All right. Screw it. Let, let's do it. Are you sure? No, but I mean, you're right. Something's got to change, and I got to do something different. All right. Hey, man. Hey. Yeah. How you feeling? You good, dude? My stomach is in knots, but all right. Let's just do this. All right, dude. This better fucking work. This better work. Hey, man. We will show up 100% for you. All right. Let's go. All right. First thing I'm going to need from you is some information. All right. So what is your billing address? In scene. All right. I don't know how long that was, but that was an interesting experiment. There's some places that I felt like I could have done better, but also I was trying to like be the type of prospect that just where it was just fear, right? Like everything kind of lined up. We had a partner objection, we had a money objection. And yeah, it was a fear-based objection. Some of the things that I used were like, it's kind of a mashup of a few of the people that I've studied over the last couple of years, right? Obviously, I have a huge like foundation of material because I worked at Traffic and Funnels for so long. So I got a lot of stuff from Taylor and specifically Peyton. Peyton probably got it from Taylor, but Peyton's a beast in his own right. Used NEPQ. You didn't hear the pitch, but I said the price at the top, the investment's $10K. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably would change that to $9,800 because there's a psychological thing. Like, even though it's only $200 more, you know, people are more inclined to say yes to something that's not quite 10K. Oh my God, it's 5 figures. I used some objection handling, both from, Peyton and Taylor, but then also some from the NEPQ and from Sniper, that I've worked with. So there was a mashup of a lot of things here, but I guess the thing that I am kind of, as I'm reflecting on it, that I want to kind of point out here is like my conviction and my ability to sit in the seat and to just go toe to toe without accepting like their reality. Because if I'm accepting their reality, then how am I any different than talking to some Joe Schmo on the street? Okay. In my mind, I do a lot of push-pull type of selling, right? I'll say, hey, look, do you want to do this? What type of person you need to be? To, hey man, I know I got to agree with you. It's like, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to do anything at all. Like, that's a push, right? So this is really interesting to kind of, do this for myself. I hope that I'm able to edit this in a way that's going to be interesting and cool and awesome, so that like, which person am I being? I actually, there's a part of me that just can't wait to to edit this. But hopefully this was valuable for you. And if you got some value from it, let me know by leaving me a review, or you can head to my new Facebook group, A Pirate's Life for Me, right? For the first 100 people, I'm going to be giving them a transcript of a real live sales call that I had where I handled a whole bunch of objections. I'm going to be inviting those people also to a little Zoom shindig where we are just going to hash out in real time me going over that call and to answer any of your guys' questions. So that's the episode. Let me know what you thought, and let me know if you want to hear more of these types. I think I'm better when I'm playing off somebody else, but like I said, this was an idea that I had an hour ago, and I'd love to capitalize on the momentum of executing on this idea, speed of implementation as fast as I could. So that's the episode. I'm gonna dock it there. Appreciate you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Savi.